Hello class and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Franck Kessie, as it has been reported that the Barcelona new signing has adapted well to the dressing room and is delighted with the club. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that FC Barcelona would have not signed Marcos Alonso if they were aware of Alejandro Balde's potential sooner. We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Give the video a like and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 New signing Franck Kessie had to wait until the 5th official game of the season to start his first game in Barcelona colours. And well, it took him mere 13 minutes to get onto the score sheet against Victoria Pleasant in the Champions League opener. Truth be told, the former AC Milan midfielder has been extremely patient about his new life in a new city. Despite playing in unfamiliar territory, Spanish news outlet Sport says he is adapting well to the dressing room. The 25-year-old, who arrived on a free transfer, has been described as a sponge by the aforementioned publication, mostly because of his desire to grow and learn new things under a new manager. In fact, the Ivory Coast midfielder has a lot of respect for Xavi, not just because he is a coach, but also because of his historic playing background. Sources from Sport say that ever since his arrival, Franck Kessie has vowed to learn Spanish and is only advancing one day at a time. Now, one cannot really expect him to give interviews in Spanish anytime soon, but keeping in mind that he took less than a year to learn Italian when he first moved to Italy. Now, he hasn't been in Barcelona for long, but it is said that he is already loving the city and understands sooner or later he will get his due diligence. Interestingly enough, former Barca and Manchester City midfielder Yaya Toure has helped his compatriot a lot. Kessie and Toure know each other personally, and it is said that the latter gave him some important advice when he moved to the city. On a personal level, it is never easy for a player to start the season on a bench, especially for those who were simply untouchable in playing 11 in their former teams. After all, Franck Kessie made 39 appearances across all competitions for Milan last season. At Barcelona, however, he has had a slow start, to say the very least. He clocked a mere 17 minutes against Rayo Vallecano, 6 minutes against Real Sociedad, and 14 minutes against Rayo Valladolid in the league. Although he did reap rewards in the Champions League, it's been relayed that Franck Kessie has full trust in Xavi's decisions. He understands football is a team sport. Hence, thinking about yourself won't do anything good. All this because he knows it's going to be a long season anyway. Franck Kessie played his game yesterday and he had a decent performance, and it's really great to see what this Spanish publication Sport is saying about Franck Kessie, being patient, and I see a lot of maturity in him. Of course, he was one of the main man at AC Milan last season, and it's never easy for any player to come and not being the main man again. But of course, he understands what Xavi really needs in the team, and of course, the depth that we have is just so incredible. But it was a good decision, very good decision, for manager Xavi to at least trust him to start the game yesterday against Victoria Pleasant, which he scored his first goal. He scored the first goal of that game, and of course it was so interesting to see him score. And of course we hope that he gets to play more with time. We have a full midfield department that is really choked up with a lot of talents, and you don't expect players there to be playing regularly. So I think with a lot of matches to be played this season, coupled with the fact that the World Cup is also coming, Xavi have a lot of mental stress to go through, because it's never easy to decide, like against this opponent you play this team, against the other opponent. That is why Xavi was really insisting on, when it comes to transfers, that we must have at least two quality players in each position. And that's a very good thing to do if you want to really compete for titles, because fatigue must certainly set in. fatigue must set in. And if we have that depth of quality of the players, then it's really, really important. It's going to help us a lot this season. So Franck Kessie understands the situation that Barca are going through, and he knows very well that the midfield department is really choked up and competition for places is really, really high. So the fact that he's determined to play and learn Spanish as well, it's good to hear. It's good to hear because at some point I was feeling like a day should not come when we start hearing reports that Franck Kessie is not happy for the fact that he's always on a bench or he plays very rarely and everything like that. But happy to see that he's satisfied and he likes Xavi a lot. He admires Xavi as a coach and he really likes to play for FC Barcelona despite the situation surrounding him right now, not playing all the time regularly. But I think time will come when he will play because, as I said earlier, the fatigue and everything, players, a lot of games to play in all competitions that we are still there. So rotation and very necessary. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona have done a great job of adding a plethora of star players to improve their ranks ahead of the 2022-23 campaign, with a list including the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé and Rafinha, among many others. However, among all these footballing superstars, one player who has truly managed to stand out is young player Alejandro Balde. The young star was only considered as an alternative for Alba heading into the pre-season, with Barca planning on bringing a new left-back ahead of him. But the young star made full use of the opportunity he was given, making a solid impression in the friendlies and even in training. Although Balde's impressive performances did not deter Barcelona from continuing their search for a new right-back, the club retained him as part of their plans for the new season. Their gamble paid off too, as Balde made a solid impression in his rare La Liga appearance against Real Sociedad. The young star was one of the star performers in the 4-1 triumph over Real Sociedad, with the player even racking up an assist. The 18-year-old continued his form against Real Valladolid and has since become the starting left-back ahead of Alba, and according to Alfredo Martinez, FC Barcelona would not have signed Marcos Alonso if they had learned about Balde's potential a bit earlier than they did. After seeing the teenager overtake the veteran star, the Blaugrana could have ended their search for a new left-back. However, having already made a commitment to Alonso quite early in the summer, they ended up bringing him due to, the 31-year-old's conduct throughout the transfer talks. The journalist's claim comes a day after Barcelona's 5-1 rule over Victoria Pleasant in the UEFA Champions League, when Barcelona opted to rest Balde by starting with the veteran Jordi Alba. Alonso was not part of the squad against the Czech Republic outfit, as he was only recently joined, still lacking the required match sharpness. As Barcelona prep for the upcoming La Liga game against Cadiz, it will not be surprised to see Balde return to the fray. As to how Xavi decides to go about using Alba and Alonso, it will certainly be something to keep an eye out for. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.